The long way home. EXT, Mountain Highway Dawn. The sun barely breaks through morning fog. Joel, 52, a weathered but kind-faced architect, drives his sedan along a winding mountain road. He's on a hands-free call with his daughter. Maya, Vio, Dad, you're still coming tonight, right? For my exhibition opening? Joel wouldn't miss it for the world, sweetheart. I'm just finishing up this site inspection, and I'll head straight back to the city. Maya, Vio, you always say that. But this time, I really need you there. Joel, sensing something deeper, Maya? Is everything okay? Maya, Vio, there's something I need to tell you. Tonight. It's important. Before Joel can respond, a deer suddenly bounds across the road. Joel swerves hard. The car skids toward the cliff edge. His phone flies from its mount. Maya, Vio, Dad? Dad! The vehicle flips over the guardrail. The camera follows the car as it tumbles down the mountainside. Metal crunching, glass shattering. Cut to black. Sound of helicopter blades. The rescue. EXT, mountain ravine continuous. Emergency responders rappel down. They find Joel's crumpled car wedged between trees. Inside, Joel is unconscious, barely breathing. Paramedic 1, we've got a pulse. Barely. We need to move now. They carefully extract him. As they lift him on the stretcher, Joel's hand falls open. A small velvet box drops out. An engagement ring he was planning to show Maya, asking for her blessing before proposing to his girlfriend. Paramedic 2, picking it up. Looks like someone had plans today. The ring glints in the morning light as the helicopter lifts off. Hospital, 3 days later. ICU waiting room. Maya Carter, 28, an emerging photographer with her father's gentle eyes, sits exhausted. She's been replaying their last conversation obsessively. Her brother David, 32, a corporate lawyer in an expensive suit, paces nearby on work calls he can't ignore. Their mother Linda, 50, Joel's ex-wife, arrives with coffee. Behind her is Rachel Martinez, 48, Joel's girlfriend of 2 years, an elementary school teacher with kind eyes. The dynamic is awkward but civil. Rachel, any updates? Maya, coldly polite, they said he's stable. That's all we know. Linda, gently. To Maya, she's been here every day too, honey. She cares about him. Maya, I know. I was supposed to tell him something important that night. David, what were you going to tell him? Before Maya can answer, Dr. Sarah O'Connor enters, cautiously optimistic. Dr. O'Connor, he's stable. The injuries were severe, broken ribs, collapsed lung, head trauma, and his left leg is badly fractured. But he's a fighter. He's awake. The family and Rachel rush to his room. Joel lies bandaged, tubes everywhere, his leg in traction. He sees Maya and his eyes fill with tears. She takes his hand. Joel, weakly, did I miss your opening? Maya, crying, laughing, Dad, you survived. That's all that matters. Joel, confused, looking at Rachel. I'm sorry, do I know you? Silence. Rachel's face falls. Rachel, Joel, it's me. Rachel. Joel, I'm sorry. I don't. The first complication. Hospital room next day. Dr. O'Connor runs cognitive tests. Joel struggles with memory. He can't remember his address, Maya's birthday, what year it is, or the last decade of his life. He doesn't remember the divorce. He doesn't remember Rachel. Dr. O'Connor, the brain swelling, is causing retrograde amnesia. His last clear memories are from about 12 years ago. Most patients recover fully, but it takes time. Weeks, sometimes months. Hospital corridor. Rachel leans against the wall, devastated. Maya approaches, conflicted. Rachel, 2 years. We were going to. He had a ring. The police gave it to me from his personal effects. She shows Maya the ring box. Maya's eyes widen. Maya, he was going to propose. Rachel, he wanted to ask you first. For your blessing. That's probably why he was rushing back. Maya's guilt intensifies. Rachel hands her the box. Rachel, CONT'd, keep it safe. For when he remembers. Hospital room later. David confronts the logistics. David to Linda outside. He can't live alone like this. Someone needs to be there 24/7 during recovery. And I can't take time off work right now, the merger. Maya, I'll do it. I'll move back home and take care of him. Linda, Maya, your career is just taking off. And you are going to tell him something important. Maya, firmly, I was going to tell him I got offered a photography fellowship in Berlin. A year-long program. But he was driving to my show when this happened, Mom. The fellowship can wait. I'm doing this. Going home. Int. Joel's house day. Maya wheels Joel inside in a wheelchair, his legs still in a cast. The house is frozen in time. Photos of their family before the divorce, Joel's architectural models, Maya's childhood artwork still on the fridge. But there are also new additions. Rachel's plants, her books, signs of the life Joel built after the divorce. Joel looks around confused, like a stranger in his own home. Joel, I built this house, didn't I? I remember, hands drawing, but not why. Maya, you designed it for our family. Before. She doesn't finish. Joel doesn't remember the divorce, doesn't remember the last 12 years of estrangement and slow reconciliation. To him, Maya is still a teenager, not the accomplished woman before him. Joel, looking at her photography equipment, when did you get so into photography? Last I remember, you wanted to be a veterinarian. Maya, softly, a lot has changed, Dad. Act 2, rebuilding memory. Montage, weeks passing. Maya creates a memory book with Joel. Photos, stories, timelines. Physical therapy sessions. Joel grimacing as he relearns to walk. They work through the divorce, gently. She shows him her photography portfolio. His face fills with pride and sadness. Pride at her talent. Sadness at all the moments he missed. Evening. Joel finds a box of old letters in his study. They're addressed to Maya, dated over the past decade, never sent. Apologies for missing birthdays during the divorce. Pride about her photography. Regret. Joel, were we not close? Maya, carefully. You and Mom divorced when I was 16. You threw yourself into work. We grew apart. But Dad, we were getting better. These last 2 years, we really were. Joel and this Rachel, we were serious. Maya, taking out the ring box. She said you were planning to propose. You wanted my blessing first. Joel stares at the ring. No recognition, no emotional connection. He looks lost. Rachel's visit. Int. Joel's house afternoon. Rachel visits with homemade soup. The interaction is painful. She knows everything about him, and he knows nothing about her. She tells stories of their relationship, trips they took, movies they watched, inside jokes. Joel listens politely, like a stranger hearing about someone else's life. Rachel, we met at a bookstore. You were looking for a book on Frank Lloyd Wright. I recommended one, and you invited me for coffee. You said I had the kindest eyes you'd ever seen. Joel, gently, I'm sorry. I wish I could remember. You seem wonderful. But I don't feel anything. Is that terrible to say? Rachel, holding back tears, no. It's honest. After she leaves, Maya finds Joel on the back porch, frustrated and guilty. Joel, I built a whole life I can't remember. I hurt someone I can't remember loving. What if I never get it back? Maya, then we'll help you build new memories. The breakthrough. Int. Joel's study night. Maya discovers Joel's journals from the past 12 years. Detailed accounts of his journey, the depression after the divorce, starting therapy, meeting Rachel, slowly rebuilding his relationship with Maya and David. One entry from 2 years ago. Maya came by the office today. We had lunch. She laughed at my jokes. For the first time in years, I felt like her father again, not a stranger. This is what happiness feels like. I'd forgotten. Maya cries reading it. She's been so focused on helping him remember, she hasn't considered what he's feeling, the grief of losing years of hard-won peace and connection. Maya, showing him the journals, you documented everything. Your healing. Your growth. Dad, you worked so hard to become happy again. Joel reads, tears streaming. The words are his, but they feel like someone else's story. The plot twist. Int. Hospital. Follow-up appointment. Dr. O'Connor reviews new scans, her expression troubled. She's brought in a colleague, Dr. James Foster, a neurosurgeon. Dr. O'Connor, the good news is the swelling has reduced significantly. The memory loss should begin reversing naturally, though it may take several more months. But we found something else during the scans. Dr. Foster, there's a small aneurysm we initially missed, likely pre-existing, not from the accident. It's in a critical location near your hippocampus, which processes memory. If it ruptures, it could be fatal. Joel, and if we operate, Dr. Foster, the surgery could save your life and potentially accelerate memory recovery by relieving pressure on surrounding tissue. But there's significant risk. The aneurysm's location means we'd be operating very close to your memory centers. You could lose more memories, or we could cause permanent damage that prevents you from ever forming new ones. Maya, desperate, what are the odds? Dr. Foster, 70% chance of full recovery, 20% chance of permanent memory issues, 10% chance of significant complications. Joel, and if I don't have a surgery? Dr. O'Connor, the aneurysm could rupture at any time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in 10 years. But with your recent head trauma, the risk is elevated. Car, driving home. Maya grips the steering wheel, tears streaming. Joel looks out the window, processing. Joel, what if I forget you again? What if I forget everything we've been doing together these past weeks? Maya, voice breaking. I got offered a fellowship in Berlin. A year-long program that could change my career. I turned it down to take care of you. And I'd do it again. I'd do it 1,000 times. I'm not losing you, Dad. Joel, shocked. Maya, you can't sacrifice your dreams for me. Maya, you're not a sacrifice. Don't you understand? Losing you the first time, during the divorce, it broke something in me. And these past weeks, rebuilding our relationship from scratch. I'm not losing you again. Confronting the past. Joel's house night. Family meeting. David argues for the surgery. Linda is paralyzed with fear. Rachel sits quietly in the corner, present but uncertain of her place. Maya's torn. Linda, what if we get him back, just to lose him permanently? David, and what if we do nothing and the aneurysm ruptures? We lose him anyway, but we never tried to save him. Rachel, finally speaking, it's not our choice. It's Joel's. Everyone turns to Joel. He's been quietly reading his journals. Joel, to the room. I've been reading about who I became. The therapy. The work I did to be a better father, a better partner. I built a life I'm proud of, even if I can't remember it. He turns to Rachel. Joel, C-O-N-T, Rachel, you deserve someone who would show up for you, remember your favorite flowers, be present. I want to be that person, but I'm not right now. And you shouldn't have to wait for me to remember how to love you. Rachel, tearfully, Joel. Joel, you told me, I said you had the kindest eyes I'd ever seen. Looking at you now, I believe I said that. But I need to be whole before I can give you what you deserve. Whether that means surgery or time or letting you go. Rachel nods, understanding and heartbroken. Joel, C-O-N-T'd, to Maya and you. You gave up Berlin for me. But I don't want my second chance to come at the cost of your first big one. My dad, my choice. Joel, I want the surgery. Not just to recover my memories, but because I want a future. I want to remember teaching you to ride a bike and watch you succeed in Berlin. I want to remember falling in love with Rachel and decide if I can fall in love with her again. I want to live, Maya. Really live. Long, emotional silence. Joel, C-O-N-T'd, but if something goes wrong, I need you all to know that these past weeks with you have been a gift. Getting to know my daughter as an adult, seeing how strong she is. That's enough. Preparation. Montage. Final weeks before surgery. Maya photographs everything. Joel teaching her one of his architectural techniques. Their hands working together on a model. Rachel and Joel having one last dinner. It's bittersweet. They're saying goodbye to what was and what might have been. Joel writing letters to each family member just in case. Maya submits a late application to the Berlin Fellowship with a note. I need to know my father is okay first. Then I'll be ready. Watching old home videos together. Joel meeting Maya's photographer friends. Seeing the community she's built. Linda and Joel having coffee, showing him photos of their happy years, helping him understand who they were together. Int. Joel's study, night before surgery. Maya finds Joel writing a letter. Maya, what are you doing? Joel, if I wake up and I've forgotten these last 3 months with you, I want to remember that I was happy. Happier than I've been, or than I think I've been in years. He shows her. Maya came back. You didn't miss her opening. You got a second chance. Don't waste it. She's extraordinary. She gave up Berlin for you. Don't let her sacrifice be for nothing. And Rachel, she loved you. Honor that, even if you can't remember it. The surgery. Int. Hospital. Operating room. Joel is wheeled in. The family gathers. Maya, David, Linda, and Rachel, who came despite everything. They wait. Hours pass in tense silence. Maya looks at the ring box in her hands. David takes work calls but can't concentrate. Linda prays. Rachel stares at the wall, remembering 2 years of love. Dr. O'Connor finally emerges, exhausted but smiling. Dr. O'Connor, the surgery went well. Dr. Foster successfully repaired the aneurysm. But we won't know about his memory until he wakes up. It could be hours or days. The awakening. Int. Recovery room next day. Joel's eyes flutter open. He sees his family gathered. His gaze moves from face to face, expression unreadable. The machines beep steadily. Everyone holds their breath. He looks at Maya. Long, terrible silence. Joel, softly, you cut your hair. Maya, confused, hopeful, what? Joel, you cut your hair. Last year at Thanksgiving. You were worried I'd hate it, but I told you that you could shave your head and still be the most beautiful person I'd ever known. And you cried because we hadn't talked like that in years. Maya breaks down sobbing. He remembers. Everything before the accident. Joel, CONT'd. Emotional, looking around. And 3 months ago you made me try pineapple on pizza even though I was convinced it was blasphemy. And you were right. It was delicious. He remembers the recovery too, before and after the accident. Joel, CONT'd. Turning to Rachel, Rachel. You make this ridiculous snorting sound when you laugh really hard. You hate action movies but pretend to like them for me. You leave post-it notes with terrible puns on the bathroom mirror. And I remember loving you. Rachel rushes to his side, crying and laughing. Rachel, you remember? Joel, I remember everything. The accident. Forgetting. Relearning. And I remember asking you to marry me in my mind 1,000 times, but being too scared to actually do it. Maya, holding up the ring box. You were going to ask for my blessing. That's why you were rushing to my opening. Joel, to Maya, and is it? Given. Because I'm asking now. All of you. Rachel makes me happy. She makes me want to be better. Can I marry this woman? David, grinning. Took you long enough to ask, old man. Linda, tearful, sincere. She's good for you, Joel. She really is. Maya, hugging both of them, yes. 1,000 times, yes. Epilogue, 9 months later. EXT, Art Gallery Berlin evening. A photography exhibition opening. The Long Way Home by Maya Carter. The gallery is modern, sophisticated. Maya's fellowship brought her here, and she's thriving. The walls are filled with intimate photographs from Joel's recovery. His hands working on architectural models. His confused face studying photo albums. Their shadows walking together. Rachel's quiet heartbreak. His tears. His laughter. Their reunion. Rachel crying at his bedside when he remembered her. Joel stands before the centerpiece. A triptych titled Second Chances. Him holding the letter before surgery. Rachel's face when he remembered her. And the whole family together in his hospital room. Joel walks slowly, his limp barely noticeable now. Rachel is beside him, wearing an engagement ring. David and Linda are in attendance. Dr. O'Connor flew in for the opening. Maya, Vio, my father had a car accident. He almost died. He lost his memory. He found it again. And in the journey between losing and finding, we all discovered what we'd been missing. Int. Gallery continuous. The gallery is packed. A museum curator approaches Joel, Maya, and Rachel. Curator, this series is extraordinary. It's about love and memory and resilience and second chances. We'd like to acquire it for our permanent collection. Maya, looking at Joel and Rachel, actually, most of these are not for sale. These are ours. Our story. But I have prints available, and I'm working on a book. Curator, a book would be wonderful. The world needs a story. Joel proud, my daughter, the published photographer. I'm framing that sentence. Int. Gallery later, evening. Speeches. Maya takes the microphone. Maya, when I was 16, my parents divorced, and I lost my father, not to death but to distance. When I was 28, my father had an accident, and I almost lost him forever. But sometimes you have to lose everything to find what matters. She looks at her family. Maya, CONT, Dad, you drove through a mountain storm to make it to my opening. You didn't make it that night, but you're here now, and that's what counts. Joel, standing, raising a glass, to daughters who come back, to partners who wait, to second chances, and to the long way home, because sometimes the sen, one you needed all along. Quick scene, Joel and Rachel's small wedding day. A simple backyard ceremony. Maya is the photographer, of course. David officiates, having gotten ordained online. Linda tearfully watches her ex-husband marry someone who makes him happy. Dr. O'Connor is in attendance. Joel's vows, I lost you once in my mind, but my heart remembered. Even when my brain forgot your name, something in me knew I loved you. That's how I know this is real. Rachel's vows, I waited for you to remember me, but I would have waited for you to love me all over again from scratch, because you're worth every moment of doubt, every tear, every prayer. They kiss. Maya captures it, tears streaming down her face behind the camera. Final scene. EXT, the rebuilt guardrails sunset. Joel, Rachel, and Maya stand at the mountain highway where the accident happened. There's a new, stronger guardrail now. Joel's leg is stronger. Rachel holds his hand. Maya, do you ever think about what would have happened if? Joel, every day. And every day I'm grateful for the long way home. The accident was terrible, but it brought me back to you. Really back. And it showed me I couldn't keep waiting to really live my life. Rachel, sometimes the worst moments lead to the best ones. Maya, so was it worth it? Joel, considering seriously the pain, the fear, the uncertainty, they not remembering Rachel? No. But this, us right now, everything we've built? Yes. 1,000 times yes. Maya, taking their photo, then let's make sure we remember this version. All of it. The good stuff we earned. They stand together in comfortable silence as the sun sets over the mountains. Joel pulls out a small notebook. He still journals every day, documenting his life, so he'll never forget again. Joel, Vio, sometimes you have to lose everything to remember what matters. I lost my memory. I almost lost my life. I lost time, but I found my daughter. I found love again. I found gratitude, and that made all the difference. The camera pulls back, showing all three of them silhouetted against the sunset, a family reborn from tragedy. Fade to black. Post-credits scene. Int. Maya's Berlin apartment day. Maya on a video call with Joel. Maya, so the book publisher wants to know if you'd write the foreword. Joel, me. I'm not the writer. You are. Maya, but it's your story too. Our story. Joel, smiling. Then I'd be honored. Send me the draft. Rachel and I will read it together. Maya, how is married life? Joel, I wake up every day and remember I'm lucky. That's a pretty good way to live. Maya, I love you, Dad. Joel, I love you too, sweetheart. And Maya, thank you. For coming back. For staying. For giving me the chance to be your father again. Maya, tearfully smiling, you never stopped being my father. You just forgot for a while. But I remembered for both of us. The end.